Let me tell you something, I've seen a lot of things in my life. I've seen folks on Family Feud give answers so wild, you'd think they were from another planet. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepares you for the chaos of traveling with your own kids. I remember this one time we were all headed out on a family vacation. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and I was feeling good. I thought, Steve, you got this. You're the king of your castle, the captain of your ship. Oh, how wrong I was. The king was about to get dethroned, and the ship was about to hit a giant screaming iceberg. We got to the airport feeling all proud of ourselves for being on time. My wife Marjorie, she's organized. She had the bags, the tickets, the passports. Me? I was in charge of the heavy lifting and keeping the peace. The biggest piece of that puzzle was the car seat. The thing weighs more than a small car, has more straps than a straitjacket, requires an engineering degree to install. We had to turn it sideways, do a little shimmy, a little shake. People in their seats were looking at us like we were putting on a free show. My little one, meanwhile, declared his independence and made a run for it. He was halfway to the cockpit before I could even drop the car seat. Finally, after a whole lot of pushing, pulling, and a few prayers, we got the seat buckled in. I collapsed into my own chair, drenched in sweat, my suit wrinkled, and my dignity somewhere back at the security checkpoint. I looked over at Marjorie, and she just shook her head and laughed. Family travel isn't about perfection. It's about survival, finding the humor in the middle of the madness. So why is taking your kids on a trip one of the hardest jobs on the planet? The number one answer on the board has got to be expectations. We see these perfect pictures on the internet. The whole family is smiling on a beach, nobody has sand in their shorts, and the baby isn't crying. We think our vacation is going to look just like that. But reality is your toddler throwing a whole plate of spaghetti on the floor of a fancy restaurant. Next up, let's talk about the sheer amount of stuff you gotta bring. Diapers, wipes, special blanket, noise machine, stroller, pack and play, 57 changes of clothes for each kid. You pack for every possible scenario. What if it rains? What if it's cold? What if they spill juice on every single outfit? Your car looks less like it's going on vacation and more like it's making a delivery for a department store. And don't even get me started on the routine. Kids thrive on a routine. They eat, nap, and go to bed at the same time. The moment you step out that front door for a trip, that routine goes right out the window. Suddenly nap time is happening in a car seat, dinner is a bag of crackers at 9 p.m., and bedtime is, well, what's bedtime? This change throws them for a loop. And when a kid gets thrown for a loop, they let you know, loudly. As parents, we're already working a full-time job. When you go on vacation, you think you're getting a break. But traveling with kids is not a break. It's just your regular parenting job in a different location with less of your stuff. You come home from your vacation needing a vacation. Now that's a survey answer every parent out there can agree with. Alright, let's get down to business. Packing. Most people dread this part, but I'm here to tell you. If you get this right, everything else gets easier. The first rule of the packing playbook is this. You don't need as much as you think you do. I repeat, you do not need that extra suitcase. Lay out everything you think you need. Now put half of it back in the closet. Seriously. Unless you're traveling to the middle of the desert, they have stores where you're going. You can buy diapers. You can buy snacks. Pack the essentials, not the entire nursery. My wife Marjorie taught me the magic of packing cubes. I thought they were just little fancy bags, but they are a game changer. They're like drawers for your suitcase. Put all the shirts in one cube, pants in another, socks in one, underwear in another. Give each kid their own color. When you get to the hotel, and your youngest needs a clean shirt because of a ketchup incident, you're not digging through the whole suitcase. Just grab the blue cube. Boom, you're a hero. Boom, you're a hero. Here's another pro tip. Always, and I mean always, pack a go bag for the first 24 hours. A separate backpack or carry-on with everything you need for day one, a change of clothes for everyone, pajamas, toothbrushes, essential medicine, that one special stuffed animal. If the airline loses your luggage, or if you get to your rental house late and you're too tired to unpack, you won't be stressed. You've got your survival kit. It's a simple move that saves you a world of hurt. Finally, let the kids help pack their own little backpack. Don't let them pack their pet rock collection. Give them control over the small stuff. Let them pick a few small toys, a coloring book, a couple of favorite snacks. First, it gives them responsibility and gets them excited. Second, it gives you a few minutes of peace. It's their special travel kit. They'll be proud to carry it, see? Genius. Let me tell you a universal truth. A hungry kid is an angry kid. It doesn't matter if you're at home, at the store, or 30,000 feet in the air. Hunger is the #1 cause of meltdowns. That's why snacks are not just food. They are your secret weapon. They are the currency of peace in the kingdom of family travel. Before you go anywhere, you need to plan your snack strategy like a general planning a battle. Crunchy stuff like pretzels, veggie straws, sweet but not too sweet, fruit snacks, granola bars, healthy stuff like apple slices, grapes, baby carrots, and most importantly, a special vacation-only treat. The key to a good snack attack is organization. Don't just throw everything into one big bag, that's amateur hour. Get one of those little tackle boxes or bead organizers. Fill each spot with a different snack. It keeps things from getting crushed and turns snack time into a fun little activity. The kids love opening all the little doors to see what's inside. It can keep them busy for a solid 15 minutes, which in parent time is basically an eternity. Trust me on this one. It's a lifesaver. And now for the most important rule of Snack Club. Always have a secret stash. This is your ace in the hole. A hidden bag of the good stuff. The really good stuff. When the whining starts, when the fighting kicks in, when you are at your absolute wit's end, you pull out the secret snack. It's the ultimate distraction, the ultimate peacemaker. Never, ever underestimate the power of a well-timed cookie. That dreaded question, are we there yet? It starts as a whisper from the back seat, then it gets a little louder. Before you know it, it's a full-blown chorus of boredom and despair. If you don't have a plan for in-transit entertainment, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now I know what you're thinking. I'll just hand them a tablet, and look, I get it. Technology is a wonderful thing. A movie, a game. But you can't rely on it for the whole trip. Batteries die, Wi-Fi disappears. Kids can even get bored of screens. Your first line of defense should be a surprise bag. Before the trip, go to one of those dollar stores and get a bunch of little trinkets. Coloring books, crayons, stickers, little puzzles, matchbox cars, a slinky. Wrap each one individually. Then, every hour or every time they start getting restless, you let them open one new surprise. It's like having a mini Christmas in the car. The excitement of unwrapping something new will buy you precious minutes of peace. Don't forget the power of audio. Sometimes kids just need something to listen to. Download audiobooks the whole family can enjoy. Charlotte's Web, Harry Potter, or a family-friendly podcast. Make it a family affair. A plain old notebook and a pen, or a small whiteboard and markers, can do wonders. The possibilities are endless. Tic-tac-toe, hangman, dot-to-dot, or ask them to draw what they see out the window. You'd be surprised how long a blank page can keep a kid entertained. It's about having a deep bench of options, so when one thing fails, you've got another play ready to go. Screen-free entertainment that actually works. Simple, cheap, and effective. It's going to happen. I can promise you that. No matter how well you plan, at some point, one of your kids is going to have a full-blown 5-alarm meltdown. In the middle of the airport, in the grocery store, or right at the entrance to the theme park you just spent a fortune to visit. The tantrum is inevitable, but how you handle it, that's what makes all the difference. First things first, stay calm. You have to be the rock. Lower your voice. Get down on their level. Kids feed off your energy. If you get flustered and start yelling, you're just pouring gasoline on the fire. Next, you gotta play detective. A tantrum is just a symptom of a bigger problem. Are they hungry, thirsty, tired? Overtired is a big one. Are they overstimulated or disappointed? Ask them simple questions. What's wrong? Can you use your words to tell me what you need? Sometimes just feeling heard is enough. When you're in the heat of the moment, try a change of scenery. A hallway, an empty corner, stepping outside for a minute can work wonders. Don't be afraid to use distraction. Wow, look at that airplane. Sometimes a quick subject change is all it takes. It's not about giving in, it's about redirecting their energy. Offer a new activity or engage them gently. Your reaction can shut it down before it ruins the whole day. Remember, this too shall pass. Every mode of transportation comes with its own set of challenges. You can't use the same game plan for a 10-hour drive that you use for a 3-hour flight. You gotta be strategic. You gotta tailor your approach. Let's start with the classic American road trip. The biggest enemy in the car is confinement. Plan for stops every 2 to 3 hours. Not just gas, a park, a playground, a quirky roadside attraction. Let them run and burn off energy. It'll make the time in the car so much more peaceful. Simple stops equal better travel time. Now let's talk about flying. The airport and plane are a whole different beast. Here, your enemy is boredom and pressure, especially ear pressure during takeoff and landing. For babies, bottle or pacifier. For older kids, gum or a lollipop. Swallowing helps ears pop. Bring new quiet activities, stickers, coloring books, water paint books. Avoid toys with tiny pieces that fall under the seat. That surprise bag is your best friend in the sky. What about the train? People forget about train travel, but it can be one of the best ways to go with kids. Constant motion that often lulls them to sleep and freedom to move around. Visit the dining car for a snack, bring a deck of cards or a small board game, spread out and enjoy the ride. No matter how you're traveling, car, plane, or train, the #1 rule is to be over-prepared. Bring more snacks, more activities, extra clothes, wipes, plastic bags for trash, and most importantly, bring a good attitude. Things will go wrong. Delays, spills, roll with the punches, and keep a smile. Your kids will follow your lead. You set the tone. You've packed the snacks and the surprise toys, but sometimes you need a game that doesn't require any props at all. You just need your imagination. These are the games that save you when you're stuck in traffic or waiting in a long line. For the little kids, I Spy is a classic. It teaches colors and gets them paying attention to the world around them. Another great one is Animal Sounds. You make an animal sound, they guess. It's silly and they love it. For elementary kids, the license plate game is a road trip staple. Find plates from all 50 states, give them a map to color in. The alphabet game. Find each letter in order on signs. It gets competitive and gets them looking out the window instead of at a screen. 20 Questions is a simple guessing game that can go surprisingly long. For teens, try Contact, a word-guessing brain teaser that even moody teens can join. One person says the first letter, others try to stump them. It becomes a fun brain battle. And don't forget making up stories together. One person starts a sentence. Once upon a time, there was a purple dragon who loved to eat tacos. And everyone adds a line. The stories get wild and hilarious. It's something you all create together. These games aren't just about passing the time, they're about connecting, laughing, and turning boring moments into fun family memories. You don't need a single toy to play them. Use imagination, it's free and it lasts. At the end of the day, after all the packing, planning, and stressing, what's the real point of a family vacation? Is it to see every single landmark? To get the perfect photo for social media? No. The real destination is the memory you make together. It's about strengthening that family bond. It's about collecting stories you'll be telling for years to come, long after the kids are grown. Let go of perfection. The trip will not be perfect. Something will go wrong. Someone will cry. Someone will spill something. And that's okay. Some of our best stories come from when things didn't go as planned. The time we got lost and found the best little ice cream shop, or built a giant fort in the hotel when it rained for 3 days. Make sure you put down your phone. I'm talking to myself here too. Take some pictures, sure, but then put the camera away. Be present. Watch your kids' faces when they see the ocean for the first time. Build the sandcastle with them instead of just taking a picture of it. Those are the things you'll want to remember. Not the 1,000 photos, but the feeling of being there together, with no distractions. Find the joy in small things. Sharing fries on a park bench, watching a sunset. Those are the building blocks of a happy childhood and a strong family. So take the trip. Endure the chaos. When you look back, you won't remember the tantrums or the packing stress, you'll remember the joy. And that, my friends, is worth everything. If you like these tips, subscribe for more family travel tricks, and share your funniest travel story in the comments below.